Hey Fallon, Rose Washington here. I did my presentation on the topic that was my favorite this semester, the personality test. I really like the process of answering all the questions and finding out what kind of personality best describes me. I also like reading about each individual letter and what that meant and the degree or percentage one might be leaning towards on each side of the equation. I actually had to take another test in class that was very similar, and after you took that questionnaire, it recommended that what were your top career choices for your personality, which happened to be what I'm interested in pursuing for social work or psychology. So that was pretty neat. The history of the test began with Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter Isabel Briggs Meyer. Their work started from Carl Jung's work of psychological type that was made evident in the 1920s. Isabel Myers worked extensively to create this groundbreaking work, completing the MBTI assessment for publication in 1962. World War II was a huge influence on the project to develop it. Myers believed that if people understood each other better, they'd work together and there'd be less conflict. So I wonder if her personality was similar to mine when she took the test, because that sounds like something that would interest me as well. The post-war could be a better place, she thought, so she spent the next 20 years developing questions and validating the theory. So after taking the Human Metrics Jung typology test, I found that my personality was an INFJ. The specifics were that I had a moderate preference of introversion over extroversion. And then the rest were all slight preferences. Intuition over sensing, 19%. Feeling over thinking, 12%. And judging over perceiving was the lowest. It was 6%. So I found all this very interesting, as well as finding out that the INFJ is the rarest personality type of all. It said that only 1 to 3% of the population has this type of personality. Many INFJ personalities are advocates. The personality trait of an advocate is rare. Advocates have an inborn sense of idealism and morality, and people of my personality type tend to see helping others as their purpose in life. We are often believers in egalitarianism, which is the doctrine that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities. We can often be found engaging in rescue efforts and charity work. I volunteered in a program to help adolescents with substance abuse disorders. It's a familiar topic with my family, and I couldn't have ever imagined how much fulfillment that it would become for me, so I could definitely see that there. I also have a very good friend who has a similar personality type. He is an ENFJ. We play a game together. The game is really simple. You just have to help one person per week in some way or do something nice for them. The rules are you cannot speak of it to anyone except for between us two. You cannot post about it on social media and absolutely cannot accept anything in return. The game we made up because we both really find a lot of joy in helping other people. And some people may think it's silly, but it's pretty rewarding for us. So anyways, some of the other personality types that type of INFJ are vision, meaning oriented, insightful, creative, sensitive, and seeks harmony and growth. I can definitely relate to all of these. I often search for meaning in things and am insightful about why people are the way they are. I think that I am creative in some ways, although I'm not a great artist. I love to take photos of everything and make photo albums. I like to read a lot and hope to be a writer one day as well. I recently wrote a friend a poem and sent it in the mail to him, so that's a cool way of communicating. I haven't done that in a long time, but we had an assignment of reading a book in another class for a common read, and the book was called Same Sun Here, and the two characters in the book wrote back and forth, and so it inspired me to write a letter to someone. So I wrote him a poem and a letter I thought that was kind of cool to go back to that way of communication. Anyways, I do seek harmony. I don't like conflict, and I'm always interested in learning. I feel like this test really also helps to see how we may mistake one thing for another. Like, for instance, I used to think that I was really just antisocial person who preferred to be alone or in very little company. But over time, I've learned that I'm just more intentional with my extroversion. Like, I tend to be more comfortable with a person or group of people once I get to know them, and I can enjoy their company and share my thoughts and feelings with them. I've learned that sometimes I just need to recharge after being in these type of situations or large groups. So this is a great way of communicating with self and having self-care, is have some realizations about yourself. And the INFJ personality is a trait of some great leaders and advocates in history and present day. Some of the most famous INFJ personalities are Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and Oprah Winfrey. I'm sure there are many, many more in the world who are not famous but are silently playing our game of helping others and not telling anyone about it. And the sources that I got the information from was MyersBriggs.org, verywellmind.com, dictionary.com, and 16personalities.com. So I hope you have a great summer with your kids. Wish we would have been able to be in class longer, and I thoroughly did enjoy your class and meeting you. So thanks so much, Fallon. Bye.